Did you feel emotionally stirred around June 27th? Maybe you felt like crying for no reason, experienced a strange mix of restlessness and sadness, or were caught in flashbacks that tugged at your heart. These emotional waves weren't random or meaningless. They were messages from the moon. The Cancer new moon quietly arrived and left its imprint, not just in the sky but deep within your emotional field. It didn't demand fireworks, it worked through inner tides, stirring everything beneath the surface. And even though the peak has passed, its energy is far from gone. In fact, what you're feeling right now may be the most important part of this lunar cycle, the energetic afterglow, where true emotional transformation is still available to you. This phase after the new moon is like the sacred silence after a prayer, the moment where the seeds you've sown begin to root themselves in your subconscious. You haven't missed your chance. You're not late. You're actually standing in a liminal space that most people rush through, but if you're watching this, the universe has slowed you down for a reason. The Cancer new moon activated a tender reset, and the days that follow are potent with opportunity. You're being invited to step into emotional realignment, to feel instead of fix, and to heal in ways that don't always look dramatic, but that shift your life from the inside out. It's not too late. There's a common misconception that if you miss the exact timing of a new moon, you've missed its magic, but this couldn't be further from the truth. Especially with a water sign like Cancer, the energy of the moon lingers long after its peak. In fact, the 72 hours following a new moon are often the most energetically available for anchoring intentions, tuning inward, and receiving intuitive downloads. The emotional waters stirred by this lunation are still moving through your system, still guiding you toward inner awareness. If you're feeling anything, whether it's sadness, nostalgia, clarity, or the urge to withdraw, it means you're still in the current. You haven't lost your moment. You're actually in the perfect energetic window to do the real work, the kind that doesn't need candles or crystals, just your conscious attention and emotional presence. Think of the moon like a wave. Its energy rises, crests, and slowly settles. You're now in the settling phase, and this is where some of the most profound shifts can occur. Your feelings, thoughts, and even your dreams during this time are still highly charged and symbolically meaningful. This is not about catching a fleeting moment but about recognizing you're part of a larger rhythm, and that rhythm still includes you. Your intuition is still heightened, your heart is still open, and the universe is still listening. So pause. Reflect. Breathe into your truth. The transformation you're seeking is not bound to a calendar timestamp. It's bound to your willingness to feel. Why the Cancer new moon hits deeper? The reason this new moon felt so intense, even overwhelming, is because Cancer is ruled by the moon itself. This means that any lunar event in this sign carries an amplified emotional charge. It's not just about starting a new cycle, it's about returning home to yourself in the deepest, most vulnerable ways. The themes that surface during a Cancer new moon are raw and real: childhood memories, family dynamics, emotional security, and the places where you still feel unheld or unseen. Unlike other signs that may bring clarity through action or logic, Cancer teaches through emotional texture, through what you feel in your gut, your heart, your nervous system. That's why this lunation doesn't just pass through your mind, it embeds itself in your soul. You might have noticed unresolved feelings bubbling up, moments from the past that you thought you'd already processed, or emotional reactions that surprised even you. That's the Cancer new moon doing what it does best, illuminating the places within you that are still asking to be nurtured. This moon doesn't demand that you solve everything. It asks you to sit with it, to cradle the wounds instead of hiding them, to ask yourself where you still seek belonging and what you need to feel emotionally safe. These are sacred questions that don't have quick answers, and that's the point. You're not being asked to rush into clarity. You're being invited into emotional intimacy with yourself, your past, and your future. Emotional energy still active. If you've been wondering why your emotions still feel heightened, or why you're more reactive, tired, or introspective than usual, it's because the lunar energy is still alive in your system. Emotional intensity isn't just a side effect of the new moon, it's the language through which your soul is communicating with you. Every emotional wave you experience right now is sacred data. It's revealing what your spirit wants to release, where your nervous system is calling for calm, and what inner parts of you are finally ready to be seen without judgment. Even if you didn't do a formal ritual or set clear intentions, your body and soul are still deeply engaged in this process. This emotional activation is not a breakdown, it's a realignment. Sometimes the most powerful spiritual work happens quietly, in the moments when we cry without knowing why, or when we suddenly feel the need to clean, rest, or cancel plans. This is emotional intelligence in motion. This is your intuition reclaiming space. Don't dismiss these signals as mood swings or fatigue. Recognize them as the echo of the moon's message still reverberating through your being. Instead of pushing past it, lean in. Let this emotional energy complete its cycle. Because what comes after the wave is often the most peaceful, clear, and grounded version of yourself. What to do this week? This week is a sacred opportunity to nourish your emotional body in small, meaningful ways. Start with journaling, but not just surface-level thoughts. Ask yourself what emotional safety truly means for you. What people, places, or routines help you feel calm and centered? What boundaries do you need to feel emotionally protected? Let your writing become a portal to deeper understanding. Don't censor your feelings. Let them flow onto the page like water. You might be surprised by what rises up. This reflective practice will help you understand your emotional needs and prepare you to meet them with conscious awareness throughout this lunar cycle. Another powerful act is connecting with water, not just physically, but symbolically. Water is Cancer's element, and it holds cleansing, emotional, and intuitive power. Take a ritual bath or shower with intention. Visualize old emotional patterns rinsing away. Sit near a lake, river, or ocean if you can, and feel how the water soothes and recalibrates your energy. At home, simplify your environment. Declutter your space, light a candle, open a window, make room for emotional clarity to breathe. These gentle, sensory acts are not trivial, they're soul medicine. They signal to your nervous system that it's safe to exhale, soften, and come back into alignment. What to avoid? As powerful as this energy is, it can also be destabilizing if you don't stay grounded. One of the biggest pitfalls during Cancer moon energy is emotional reactivity, lashing out, withdrawing, or over-explaining when you feel triggered. Pause before you react. Give yourself a moment to feel through what's happening instead of immediately responding. Emotions are heightened right now, and you're more likely to misread situations through the lens of past pain if you're not present. Emotional wisdom doesn't mean avoiding feelings. It means honoring them without letting them run the show. Also, resist the pressure to overcommit or stay busy just to avoid feeling. This is not the week to power through or say yes to every invitation. Cancer energy calls you inward. It's okay to decline plans, take naps, or move slowly. Avoid overstimulating environments, excessive screen time, and social comparisons, which can trigger feelings of inadequacy or emotional burnout. The world might be moving fast, but your soul needs spaciousness. Honor that. Protect your peace like it's the foundation of your future, because right now, it truly is. Affirmation and emotional permission. Right now, more than ever, you need to hear this. You're not behind. You didn't miss your moment. You don't need to be perfect to be healing. The transformation happening within you is real, even if it's quiet, even if it doesn't look like anyone else's path. Give yourself full emotional permission to be where you are, in the mess, in the beauty, in the rebuilding. You don't need to rush to clarity. You only need to stay present with yourself and honor what your body and spirit are telling you. Let this be your mantra. I'm allowed to feel. I'm allowed to rest. I align with divine timing. These are more than affirmations. They're emotional truths. They remind you that being in the process is enough. That softening is a strength. That presence is more powerful than performance. Say them out loud, write them down, feel them in your chest. These words carry frequency, and repeating them aligns you with a more compassionate, aligned state of being. You are not late. You are living your healing story in a sacred rhythm. Final empowerment. You're right on time. Whatever you didn't do during the new moon ritual, let it go. Don't carry guilt for not showing up perfectly or missing a moment of alignment. The truth is, every breath you take with awareness, Every moment you choose softness over shame is a ritual. Lighting a candle, saying a kind word to yourself, canceling a plan to rest. These are all sacred acts of transformation. The universe does not require grand gestures to meet you. It only asks that you come as you are, with willingness and presence. So breathe and remind yourself, I align with peace, purpose, and perfect timing. You are not falling behind, you're being rerouted, realigned, and reminded of what matters most. The emotional tides you've been feeling are not setbacks. They are soul corrections, guiding you home to your true self. Let this week be a turning point, not through force, but through faith. You're right on time. You always have been.